Welcome to our channel. Today we're taking a look at Jared Tristan Padalecki, who's an American actor born in 1982. He is best known for playing the role of Sam Winchester in the TV series Supernatural. He grew up in Texas and rose to fame in the early 2000s after appearing on the television series Gilmore Girls, as well as the films New York Minute and House of Wax.
Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're a fan. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
By the way, little drunk Jared is going to be excited to see this. This is,
I haven't seen
you guys
it
are
yet.
on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. Well,
Yeah.
not only that, you are alone on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. So, that's kind of cool, right?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's
You hadn't seen it yet, huh?
I had seen pictures. I hadn't seen it in person.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You want to touch it?
I
It's
do.
very
Yeah.
shiny.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just so feelerish.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yes.
I can see why he's got a lot of girl fans.
Mm.
Because he's just... I don't know, he has a real, childlike kind of feeling. Expressive feeling. It's kind of endearing, I think.
Yeah, well, we were just talking, obviously, before we started recording, and we had watched some other interviews of him, and I was saying about how, this manifestation, I was ready to say infestation. Words are hard. Manifestation. This manifestation of oh my goodness, of the ISFJ male is very much what the stereotypical man that a lot of women want. What kind of woman do you want? They ask the little girls, I want a kind, sensitive, intelligent man, And I think this is what it is. This is what it looks like. I think this is what women envision when they say those words. This is the kind of guy they want.
Confident.
Confident?
ISFJ man.
Yes. Yes. Confident, yet kind, sweet. All those things. Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, go.
Well, there you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I was even joking. My parents still have their Entertainment Weekly subscription. I just. It's not something I would have imagined in a million years. So for those of you guys out there, and
Your parents are going to be psyched when it
They're
shows
gonna
up at the
be-
house. Do they know that it's coming?
oh yeah, they know before I know.
I
They'll
see.
be like, hey, we just found out you're doing a photo shoot for. I'm like, how did you? I don't even have the email yet. From whatever they're telling me. So.
Are they very involved in your life?
They are. They're very, very excited. I think they TiVo everything or DVR, whatever it's called.
You shoot the show up in Vancouver, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And do you get a lot of
All
time
right,
off?
stop again.
We get.
Okay.
Interesting thing, too, I noticed. He's typed as ENFJ, and you and I always say this with the ENFJs because we type people by these interviews because it's the easiest way. It's the footage that we can find. The ENFJs, they so love to interact with the audience. And I don't mean this in any kind of disparaging sort of way, but they do it sort of for their own ego. They love to interact with the crowd. There's something in that for them. I don't mean it's genuine
Yes.
to them, but
They love the
not.
sort of experience and the
They
attention and just
do,
feeling
yes.
everyone being excited,
Yes.
cheering them on. They're like, thank
Yes.
you.
And it's the high FE with the SE living, in that moment, just enjoying all the
Just-
adulation,
yeah, lovingly-
adoration. Right. Okay, so he's actually trying to engage the crowd as well. You can see he doesn't forget that they're there, but at the same time, he I don't know, you can see his eyes, he puts his eyes down a little bit when he's addressing them. He is a bit awkward in it, and he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for them. He wants them to feel like they're part of the interview. He wants them to know that he hasn't forgotten that they're there. It's
Yeah.
more for them, not for him.
And he does it several times in
Yes,
this
he does.
interview in particular.
Yes.
You just feel free to go back 20, 30 seconds, whatever it was, and just watch it again. And
Yeah, I
you
think
just see the sincerity, and he's
Right.
making them noticed because
Right.
he wants to do that. He wants to make them feel
Right.
important, you know?
Right. And again, I'm not saying that ENFJs aren't sincere. They are. They're genuine in who they are, but you can see the difference because like they're just being who they are. He's being who he is, and I'm just pointing out the differences in it. So for an ENFJ, it's definitely more, it's like a manufactured sort of thing, for a reason. But this guy is not thinking that way. He's just not thinking like that. It's just an in the moment kind of thing. Let's have a nice connection with the crowd. Let's bring them in. Let's invite them in. That's all it is for him. There's nothing beyond that. There's no conspiring or let's work the crowd and
Yes,
see
it's
what we can
welcoming.
do here.
That's what it
Yes.
is.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's go again. 3, 2, 1, go.
We basically film like a school year. We go in July, we have a week of Thanksgiving, a couple weeks of Christmas, New Year's, and kind of finish in April. And we pepper in 3-day weekends. But by and large, it's a lot.
Oh, that's great. That sounds like a good deal.
It is a good gig. In Vancouver, if anybody's, we have any
See,
Canadians
he's doing it
around?
again.
Yes, they are. Sometimes they sneak in. We haven't built that wall yet.
Excessive laugh.
It's a beautiful spot, and it's the most.
It is one of the great cities in North America. Yes,
It really is.
Yeah,
Make
I'm not
Jimmy feel
joking, it is.
important.
Yeah.
Why would that be a joke?
He said North America. Maybe they didn't hear North. They thought you were saying America.
I see.
Making excuses for the audience.
Yes.
There's a
Yes.
miscommunication.
Hey.
Okay, so you're doing 13 seasons of this show.
He's
I heard
harmonizing.
one of my producers told me
All
that
right,
you
stop
won
for a second.
like a
Yeah,
debate.
that's important to point out because he's, like you said, he's kind of making sure like he's taking up for Jim. No, Kimmel. Yeah, Jim. I was gonna say Jimmy.
Yeah, I
Fallon.
know, I got a
He's
bit confused.
Yeah, no, he's taking up for this guy, right? He's trying to harmonize. That's, so we're all just having fun here, let's just keep it nice. And you can just see it. I can feel it. He's just
that
trying to make,
laugh was just
yes,
it was
I
like
know.
overly. It was like, ah, Jimmy, you're so funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
he's
just
just
nice.
trying
It's just nice.
trying for a good interaction. Yeah, he's just nice.
And then
All
he
right,
doesn't want the audience to feel stupid.
No.
They laughed. And then Jimmy Kimmel was like,
Right,
why is
ready
that
to-
funny, you idiots?
Yeah, he's ready, right? He's ready.
And then
to
he's like,
just-
oh, well, they probably thought you meant just America in general.
Mhm. Yeah, right. How do you not like this guy, right? How do you not like him?
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yes, go.
Contest when you're in national debate contest in high school.
I did. Yeah. So when I was in high school in San Antonio back in the late '90s, I did speech and debate, and my specific. What I did wasn't Lincoln Douglas debate or humorous interpretation or dramatic. It was called duo interpretation, and it was a really weird, strange. If this was a scene in the movie, you and I are sitting here talking, looking at each other. But if we were doing the duo interpretation version of this scene between us, we'd be looking straight forward, and I'd be saying like, "Hey, Jimmy, how are you?" And I'd grab something off your cheek, and you'd kind of hit my hand away. So you react. I had no.
All right, let's
Arguing
stop
with
it
the
there
other
again.
person, or-
Sure.
This is just so relatable to me.
He's having
Like,
a bit of trouble, isn't he?
Yes, I can so recognize the low TI, just like I have. I mean, I can feel the struggle when he's asked this question about speech and debate. It's like he needs to take a few minutes to gather his thoughts, and while he's doing that, he's trying to keep going. But it's so hard because you're trying to think, and yet at the same time trying to keep the conversation going. It is the worst, most awkward feeling. I so relate to him right now. But then once he gets going, like he's got his thoughts together. He knows what he's talking about.
He
It's
does.
just the
It's
initial,
just how do you put it into
Yeah.
words?
right? How exactly? How do you express all this? And then once he gets going, and that's kind of how like low TI is. It's just like at first it's like and then once it goes, it does flow very nicely. And then he is finding a rhythm now. He's explaining it because he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's almost like he has to throw a few words out to then get the feeling of it and then sort of take control in that way with his FE instead.
Right.
Okay, let's go again, shall we?
Mhm.
Okay, go.
Sure, we had some physical in our scene. We had, he hits me and I react to it.
Oh, so it's scripted.
It's a script.
It's
yes.
not debate with punching in
There was no
would be-
like the Russian chess boxing.
Yeah, it'd make it a lot more interesting.
It actually would. I'd watch that.
Oh, so this is a script. So really, you guys were acting.
We were acting, but
Oh.
we weren't. It was like acting to a green screen. And these days, because Supernatural has a lot of visual effects and special effects, I'll do a lot of my stuff, as you know, speaking to a camera, to a tape mark on the inside of a
Oh,
camera
right,
box.
because you got monsters and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
which
Yeah.
is really strange.
All
But they
right,
haven't
stop again.
created the visual
Yeah,
effect.
see, he's just trying. Yeah, as you know, you speak to a camera, as you understand this. It's just so much of trying to include everyone in the conversation, make everyone feel important, make everyone feel
Compliment
valued.
people.
Yes, valued.
As
Yes.
you know, because you're an expert.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's such an FE thing to do. High FE, like the FE awareness, right, of people and what they need and what you should give them. It's just so obvious in him, I think.
He really does remind me of Henry Cavill quite a bit, like an
Yeah,
American version of him.
right.
Like, I think the difference is that Henry Cavill's just a bit more, well, he's British, so he's a bit more reserved anyway, and then he's a bit more TI focused rather than FE focused. You know, you could think this guy is an extrovert, and he confused us for a little bit as well. But
Right.
he's not. He's just
He's confident.
more in his FE than he is his TI.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he expresses himself. That's how he learned to express himself, and yeah, it makes him sort of like excitable, puppy-like instead of what Henry Cavill would be like, which is a bit more quiet and reserved. But
Right.
fundamentally, they are the same psychological type,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel the same. Like, go watch the Henry Cavill video. We'll put it in the right-hand corner.
Mm-hmm.
It should pop up, and you will see that he's so much the same. So nice. He includes people. He talks about you know, going out to people and asking how they are and checking in on their mental health and how he loves his dog and how he saves his emotional bacon or whatever he says. He's just
Emotional and psychological bacon.
yes, yeah. He's so much like this guy. Just a different sort of level of outgoingness, really. And I think Americans in general are quite a lot more outgoing than British people.
Right.
We're quite private and reserved, really. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, this was a really good suggestion. So thank you for the comment and the suggestion.
Oh, yes. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Yes. Thank you to the person who suggested that we type him.
Yeah, this was a good one and a very enjoyable one. We do like our ISFJs.
Yes, we do. We both do.
And ISTPs.
Yes.
With his
Yeah, I can see
co-host.
I can see how the two of them would really work well together.
Yeah, it's no wonder it's like that Supernatural is like a really successful thing, because I think all really good shows, they have that chemistry going with the cast and crew, and they all have the same sort of they gel, right? That's really fundamental for creative things, I think.
Okay, well, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.